Hello everyone. Today, I'll share some tips on progressing effectively at the start of your game. Let's begin. For your first 10 pull summon, you are guaranteed to get at least one legendary knight, though getting 2 is rare. You should pick Bernhard, as focusing on upgrading him early will allow him to effectively tank your team from Chapter 7 onwards and help you grind shards at Chapter 315. If you prefer to play slowly and avoid wasting jewels, prioritize knights that can clear Chapter 3. Ravia and Winter are the best choices because they can clear Chapter 3 from the start and grind their shards early. Metal is an optional choice. Her skill can hit from the front line to the back line, but you just need to position her with only one knight. If you get a non-legendary knight that syncs with an assassin and sniper, pair them to trigger their synergy. These are the knights you can get from your first summon. It's locked, so you can't get other knights. If you want to delete your account, follow these steps. Go to Settings. Swipe up until you see Delete Account. You will see your UID in your profile or below the settings in highlighted text. If you want to use the same name for the next account, you must rename first before deleting the present one. If you manage to get Bernhard or another knight who can tank in the front, you will need a strong damage dealer. One of the best choices is Ive. She excels in PvE content, allowing you to clear stages quickly thanks to her spread shot and double damage on single enemies. If Ive isn't available, Raven is another excellent option. She's effective at melting tanks and elite bosses, and with her weapon, she can silence enemies, delaying their casting skills and giving your support or other knights time to cast their skills. If you need a bulky tank, pick Charlotte. Her Earth synergy provides additional defense for her, and her skill reduces damage for all allies, increasing the survival chances of your damage dealers and supports. When it comes to support, Ramil and Roan are the best choices. Ramil's shield with blindness helps your allies survive longer, and her attack buff and light synergy increase your allies' attack. Roan helps your knight in the same column with instant cooldown reduction, making Ramil and other knights ready to cast their skills again more quickly. Their buffs scale with their star growth, so you need to grind their shards to improve their skills. If you don't find your desired knight among the choices, Wise and Loss are excellent alternatives. Wise can buff allies and debuff enemies while providing cooldown reduction. Pairing her with Ramil and Roan is highly effective. Ramil's shield applies to Wise's robots, allowing them to contribute more damage when the shield disappears. With Roan's immediate cooldown reduction, Wise can quickly summon again, and Ramil will apply again the shields to both allies and robots. The defense buff increase from Wise also helps your tanks survive, and the defense debuff on enemies increases your team's damage output. Loss is another valuable option. She creates a giant circle that silences enemies and debuffs their attack and attack speed. This helps your tanks and backline survive against melee and assassin enemies, reducing the damage they take. If you still haven't found them, these are your other choices. First, they are great at performing in the arena. Second, make slow progress to transcend them for their level on Synergypedia, and they are good to use in PvE. Third, they are great to use in PvE, but they can grind shards, so it is better to use them for others. Pick them if you only need 20 pieces of shards left to upgrade your knight. If you find yourself stuck on the highest floor of the tower, it's crucial to know when to use the Ancient Floating Stone. The sweet spot for using the Ancient Floating Stone is on floors 1 to 4. Using it on other floors may cost you more stones and yield fewer rewards. Prioritize using your gold for buying building materials, knight tokens, and arena ticket at Knight's Shop and for upgrading other buildings. Similarly, in the Elemental Tower, use the floating stone on floors 1 to 4 and 9 to avoid wasting floating stones. Starting in the arena can be tough, especially when it comes to team composition for defense. Your primary goal should be to grind for arena medals. To achieve this, set your defense team with low-level knights. This will help you drop to Bronze 3, making it easier for opponents to target you and aiding your deranking process. In this rank, you will mostly encounter 4 bot enemies, guaranteeing you 40 arena medals and helping you complete PvP event and guild missions more quickly. Keep an eye on the revenge option, as some players set low defenses to grind their arena medals. Arena seasons reset every 3 weeks, so you can use this deranking strategy for up to 18 days, depending on your playtime. As the season ends approaches, start progressing your rank and set up your defense with high-level knights and a strong lineup to maintain your rank. In the medal shop, prioritize buying elemental tokens and knight shards. For knight shards, you can acquire 10 to 20 pieces in 3 weeks. Purchase them if the knight is great or for your Synergypedia. Always buy the 10-piece elemental token bundle to save more arena medals, but you can also buy the 3-piece bundle. Since the rate for 10-piece bundles is low, it's better to spend medals on 3-piece bundles if you're consistently grinding medals. Purchase the Goblin and Mine keys if you reach stage 40 for better rewards. These will be most useful in the late game when you upgrade frequently. If you upgrade slowly, you don't need to purchase these. If you have extra bread and don't know where to use it, spend it on knight shards to upgrade them. Focus on knights that are most useful in PvE and PvP content. Sweep for other knights if you are focusing on Synergypedia. If you are still stuck at Chapter 3, rebattle the elite boss. You need to 3-star them to trigger the knight shard rewards. In runes, always sweep for attack, HP, attack speed, crit rate, and time runes. When upgrading the runes, if you fail 2 or 3 times without reaching below 4 successes, stop upgrading and dissolve the rune. When awakening your runes, don't waste too many resources on +6 runes. You can use them at the start, but in the mid-game, it's better to use +7 runes and above. In Awakening Rune, you have a chance getting a random boost from 110% to 150%. I recommend stopping at 140%. If you can't get it, better stop at 130%. You can awaken depending on success on runes. If you manage to get +7, you can awaken again to 7 times only for a better bonus effect. If you want to use your jewels efficiently, spend them on the Pickup Summon banner to claim the Pickup event and Jewel Usage event rewards. Summoning on the normal banner with jewels will only trigger the Jewel Usage event, not the Pickup Summon event, after spending jewels on summons. If you don't get a knight by the time you've spent 21k jewels but manage to obtain 10 knight shards, use the remaining jewels on weapons. In your 130th summon, you will get the other 10 knight shards during the Pickup event. This strategy can help you progress in your adventure early on. If the banner is not favorable, you can skip it and wait for a better one to get additional rewards during the Pickup event. Use your knight and weapon tokens if you want to make a little progress upgrading you other knights and weapons. In the next banner, knight shards will appear in the arena medal shop, where you can grind for shards. This will help you continue upgrading your previous banner. Other efficient uses of jewels include guild attendance if you want to pull Valfer and clear the guild mission. In Magic Forge, to reroll a weapon, you need a level 1 weapon, as upgraded weapons cannot be rerolled. If you manage to get an extra copy of a knight weapon, you can reroll it. I recommend rerolling Valfer's weapon if you manage to upgrade it to +15. His weapon is easy to obtain at level 70 guild and is a great choice for a tank at the start of your game if you join the guild early. Upgrading your Magic Forge building can also help reduce the cost of jewels when rerolling a weapon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you get off to a great start in your game. Remember, choosing the right knights and strategies early on can make all the difference in progressing quickly and efficiently. Until next time, happy gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.